Alright, continue with the piece. You bring this forward, cut out of that, and I'm going to bring it down here by the eye, then bring it up, then bring it down over here like this. Then I take and I remove that wood in there. There. With the eye is actually covered by the hair. I mean, he's supposed to be kind of a groundy old crook, you know, so. Okay. I come up here by this eye and just remove a little bit in there. There we go. Okay, let me shift. Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, I hit my camera. I'm sorry. Let me position that again. I'm sorry. Okay. I have the camera right next to me, so, and it doesn't know how to focus itself without me telling it where to go. Alright, see that? Now, let's go ahead and put our ears in there. Oh, there you see, it was a bad place right there and the whole thing came off. Okay, that's fine. I just cut back a little bit more, but those are things that happen sometimes. You get into a position and don't panic. Just take a little bit more off. That's one of the reasons too why I always have a lot of space, because you will hit pockets sometimes. Now maybe some of you haven't, but I've hit them many a time where the wood is just perhaps it is just where maybe it was cut or whatever, where it just breaks on you. Just weak. Let's put it that way. Okay. And if you do, then be very careful in that area. Don't try to force anything in that area. And then I can always bring the face back a little bit. There we go, see? And I want to be real careful with this ear, because that area was very weak in there. So if there was weakness in that area, there's probably weakness in the rest or the area around the wood. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here, do the same thing. You learn a lot about wood. When you carve, you learn. And sometimes breakage is not because of the wood. It's because of the fact that we put too much pressure on something. And I'm not trying to make an excuse for the wood, but that right there, very delicately, I was taking it off and it just broke off completely. And the way it broke off, you can also tell. You can tell when the wood is weak in a certain place, and when it's not. It takes a little time to carve and understand that, but it's not really all that difficult to see it. That's just a part of your carving process and learning. As we learn, you learn that there are things that happen, and when they happen, you just go on. Don't Don't try to explain them sometimes, because wood is like anything else, it has a breaking point, and it has weaknesses in it, just like our lives. We all have a breaking point, don't we? I reach mine sometimes. Raising teenagers is a breaking point sometimes. Whew. Okay, now I'm just going to make a little cut right there for the and there we go. The hair is over the eye. A lot of it is just to signify that this guy hasn't had a haircut. He's, you know, and he's a criminal. He's kind of maybe an old hobo or something like that. Okay. There we go. This ear just a little bit more. And same thing here. Okay, now let's go ahead and I'm going to come down with the age line here. And of course this guy, he's not going to be real happy that he is captured. So he would not have a smile on his face. So let's come across here with a kind of a frown. See? He's not happy at all that he's captured. Just like that. I'm just going to slip a little eye in there. A little V cut. I have really been battling allergies down this area. We all have. Everybody's got, we had a little cold spell and brought a lot of allergies in. Okay, now let me get my V-tool, put my hair in there. The dogs are fighting for some reason today. Okay, let me take my V-tool. Put my hair in there. Now, when you come to the V-tool, to the little hair that is over the eyes, you want to be careful now, because that is a thin area, just like in there. See that? and you take and just very lightly hit it. Don't put a lot of pressure on it because it's very weak. It's a small area. And see? His hair is over his eyes. Come back a little bit more with this. There we go. All right. Now, what you can do, be very, very careful of this, is if you want to, take your V-tool. I'm going to lower this just a little bit on the hands. Take your V-tool. And put some small fingers in there. But be very careful. Very, very careful at that point. Okay? It's like that. All right. Well, that's our first little guy. Now let's look at him. Let me bring this down just a little bit. That vest. All right. There's our little guy. All right, I'll get the other figure and we'll wet this one. I need to take a little bit more off on these shoes, just a little bit. It's a little bit too thick. There we go. All right.